So Barack Obama has been hard at work on the production team of a new film being released on Netflix called Leave the World Behind. The plot of this film centers around a cyber attack that shuts down power and cripples the United States of America. And because Barack Obama is a part of the team that is producing this, you know he's putting a lot of himself in there. This thing just started streaming on Netflix as of December 8th, and wouldn't you know it, it's completely racist. That's right, I'm not talking about kind of racist, I'm talking about in your face, directly shove it down your throat, racist. You have to check out this scene. Now, I haven't watched any of this other film. I haven't seen any other scene except for this because I have no interest in watching any of this film. I have no interest in supporting this film. But once I saw that this scene was a thing, I knew I needed to show it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, and then I'm going to share with you my thoughts afterwards.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people. Even Mom would agree with me on that.
So in no uncertain terms, this is racist. If the world should fall apart, don't dole out trust easily, especially to white people. You mean all of them? How many white people are in the world? 1 billion? How many white people are in the United States of America? 250 million? Just because of the color of their skin. Forget about anything else about these people, their background, their religion, their belief systems, their origins, anything about them, whether they've been volunteering in soup kitchens their entire life. If their skin color is white, you cannot dull out trust to them. How racist is this? Imagine this scene in any other context except for 2 black people lying on a bed talking about white people, and it is unacceptable. Any other group, think about it, talking about Hispanics, Asians, other black people, white people talking about black people. It is unacceptable, except for maybe if they were talking in a derogatory manner towards Christians or maybe Jewish people. That also might be acceptable. It's unbelievable how acceptable this racism is. Will advertisers pull away because of this? Absolutely not. Will the media call this out? Definitely not. Is anyone going to question Barack Obama, a part of the production team, on how he could allow such racism in his film? Are we even surprised about this? Because I think that's more the truth. When we see such racism like this, I think most of us are like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now. This is the kind of racism that exists in our world. You can say anything, do anything, and speak any way you want about white people. That's fine. But if it's in any other group, in any other way, completely unacceptable. How is this sort of racism allowable? And I'm sorry to say it, but I'm going to call it like I see it. It's one group in particular. I'm sorry about this. I've had some people try to call me out on this. Vin, stop talking about liberals this way. Stop talking about Democrats this way. But you need to take a good hard look at your party. And I know maybe you're like, well, I'm not a part of a party, but take a good hard look at liberals and Democrats. All they talk about is race. Everything to them is race. Well, what was the color of their skin? Well, if it was this color, let's not report it. If it was this color, let's report it. Were they white? Okay, let's plaster that front and center. Were they black? Let's hide that as much as we can. It's when it comes to hiring people, to firing people, when it comes to colleges and universities. And it's kind of interesting when you look at the history of the United States, it was really one group in particular that was very focused on race. And that was the Democrats, because they were the ones who were in the South as the slave owners. And they were the ones in the South who instituted the Jim Crow laws. And it was the Democrats who instituted the black codes, and it was the Democrats who institutionalized racism in Washington, D.C. And also still very much involved in this, as much of the black community is under the welfare state and beholden to Democrats. That's right, the Democrats are sort of the overseers of these inner city black communities because they are the ones that say, hey, we'll give you a little bit of money every month. We'll issue you some handouts, but you gotta vote for us. It's almost like modern day racism. I'm not gonna go too far with it. You can read more into it, but I'm sorry, it is what it is. And they continue to tell the black communities that they're not able enough, they're not smart enough, even if when it comes to voting. I mean, in all seriousness, they will tell black communities, you don't have the ability to get IDs. The conservatives, the Republicans, when you vote, they want you to show an ID to prove you are who you say you are. I mean, if you're going to vote, you got to be that person, right? I mean, we can't just be like, hey, by the way, just your little signature there, that's enough, right? Well, that's just racism because, you know, those black people, they don't know how to get ID cards. They really aren't sure where to go get them. This is what they think about you. It's disgusting. It's literally racist. I'm sorry. I have to say it like it is. And here, now again, from Barack Obama, his production team and him being involved as a producer are producing garbage like this, continuing to push racism in our society. As far as I'm concerned, this stuff should be boycotted. You want to talk about pulling advertising? I mean, if I was an advertiser, I definitely wouldn't want to be supporting anything that's pushing racism like this. This is crazy. But maybe it is possible that I am wrong about this and that it is okay to be racist towards white people. I mean, they're the group in power, right? So if you want to just say, oh, statement about all white people and it's derogatory towards them and really racist towards them, it's actually okay and it isn't considered racism. Maybe that is the case and I've got this thing all backwards. What do you say about it? Leave your comment below. Am I wrong? Am I right? I would love to see what you have to say about this. I'll catch you on the next video.